Nigeria don't enter one chance, I swear, oh, now go with the go so. Herdsmen, they kill us every day, for them busy, they campaign again. After they failed all the promises they made, oh, then they praise themselves. Why the masses were supposed to give them the praises we they here they run to? Move it down. I blame it on the religious leaders. I blame it on the traditional rulers. People were supposed to fight for the people, they don't compromise. Shame on the rebellious brothers. People will cry with us during answers. Today them don't join those oppressors, they eat jealous. Something done the smell of. Very soon now we go perceive them. We have up where this government they cause my time bomb. It go soon explode. Revolution they come. It is very close at the film. When the power of the people we triumph, the power of the people in power. They no even care, they no even send. Say the people they die of hunger. Hungry dog is an angry dog. One day you go bite the owner. Idle man is the devil workshop. Many youths for Nigeria no good job. And the country the youths got no future. The country is gone, that's on period. Move it on. I blame it on the judiciary leaders. I blame it on the electoral officials. People were supposed to save the nation, but they collected bribe. Shame on the armed forces. People were supposed to protect the masses. One of them they shoot us anytime they hear our voice.
Kiwe wesu garani orianya nine oria nine nke purita kwa samado dendu nihi na obu nani gi bonye na agwo oria anyi we na akpoku gi onwe gi busumile nke ndi aga kiwe mere anyi ebere ka akwa ka anyi na ebe ku de ka anyi na suwe bia n'iru gi kiwe meka Biafra gbe guzosi ike ka anyi we ni petamasu nya ha so go tutu na sopro na eja mma site na ebige maro na ebige ise mama deregi chineke mama deregi chineke.
Are you still fighting the struggle to have independence for Biafra?
We are fighting for independence, not fighting physically with guns and bullets. We are fighting in terms of our agitation, we are fighting in terms of our belief, we're fighting in terms of our consistency to ensure that we are free, because we're not free. As a free people, we can afford to make life better for our people. Right now, we can't do that because of how Nigeria is structured and because of the very flawed foundations upon which Nigeria is.
You called for a referendum latest this year, November, you said, I think.
Yeah.
If that doesn't happen, what's the way forward? Because the way it looks like the government will definitely not agree to that.
Then there'll be no elections in Biafra land. No more elections here. They can put whoever they like in office. They can do whatever they like with their political positions. We will not engage in any political process.
You said it's a peaceful struggle, but
yes.
There are some videos of you appearing in the past, especially abroad, in particular in one conference in the US, where you said you need weapons to defend yourself, you need guns and ammunition. How can we understand that in the context that you're saying it's a peaceful struggle?
I'm sure you've heard about the Fulani headsmen killing people all over the place. Have you heard about it? Exactly. So how do you intend to defend yourself against Fulani headsmen without guns and bullets? They'll be killing our people, raping our women, destroying crops in the farms, and no one does anything about it. Is that how human beings are supposed to live?
So, and you have the right to arm yourself and defend yourself with arms in that context?
Self-defense is recognized even by all the known laws of the UN. Is that not correct? We have the right. If somebody were to barge into this very interview now wielding a machete or an AK-47, are you suggesting we should let them get away with it?
You were detained for almost 2 years, from 2015 on, and actually there was no trial. No trial ever happened, and despite several court rulings that said you were supposed to be released, you were not released.
Yes.
Do you think you were treated in a fair way by the government? Or rather also by the justice system?
No, not fairly, because Nigeria is not a civilized country. People behave like animals. They are not reasonable enough. They're not disciplined enough. They are not mentally developed enough to run a transparent civil society. For them, they have a feudal mindset where you have the ruling class and, a multitude of poverty-stricken people who never utters any word in rebellion or to even ask questions about their plight. That is one thing we are determined to challenge.
Don't you think you insult a lot of Nigerians with that?
I'm being very kind, to be honest. I could have used far more harsher words to describe them. I'm being very kind.
So generally you don't think very positive of your countrymen then, obviously?
They are not... When you say positive, no, as individuals, perhaps there are a few good people amongst them. But as a collective, this is an absolute mess. And you can see for yourself. Didn't you go through the roads and see how horrible they are? Didn't you see how unkempt everywhere is? How filthy and dirty everywhere is? That is the product of a Nigerian system that is uniquely backwards, even by the very third world standards of Black Africa. That's the fact, and people must face up to it.
Well, I traveled in the north quite extensively, and I went to very remote areas sometimes where you would still find Igbo people living there, peaceful together with communities in the north. Don't you sometimes think that you might endanger their peaceful coexistence with the communities there, that they might get into trouble with that?
So if they're living so peacefully together, or cohabiting so peacefully as you put it, how come you hear about all those uprisings in the north where southern Christians are being slaughtered and nothing gets done about it? Are you telling me that that is normal? People are in the north out of a dire need, necessity more or less, to try and survive. Because here, the entire production process has been emasculated by people and policies that are geared towards ensuring that our people exist in perpetual state of poverty. And that is unacceptable to us. What we're asking the world to recognize is that we want to live in peace, not in pieces. We want to live in peace, just to allow us to be. Allow Biafra to exist. We were existing before the British came. Just allow us to go back to, what we were before. No African came to Europe to create countries. So for somebody to just come in here and say, you, from today your name is Nigeria, is simply laughable.
Welcome. Thank you for joining. I appreciate people that have joined. Thank you so much for joining us on this very evening section. I am not going to take much of your time. I know we spent so much time today in the morning, and people will be very tired getting their rest, preparing for the weekend. I understand that, and we will be as quick as possible in this very evening section. We will not waste time. We spent a lot of time in the morning program, and if not for some other important informations, I would have not come. So, but I have to put some things straight, and so that people can understand, as I promised before, to come. So wherever you are watching from, wherever you are observing from, I urge you in the name of Chukwu Kabiama to kindly like and share the program. Share to family and friends, share to those who are close to you. Invite somebody to join us on this program. Let them know that we are alive so that we can do it as quick as possible. We're not going to waste much time. So wherever you are watching from, I welcome you. Remember, today there is nothing to say than the issue of our supreme leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. As you all know, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu stood his ground and say he is not going to put up any defense. They are forcing Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. They try to blackmail him. They try to emotionally torture him. Different kind of thing they did. But Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said, no, I am not going to stand an illegal trial. If the trial is legal, no problem, he's going to stand. But when you present an illegal trial, he's not going to put up with it. So they tried everything they can to blackmail Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, threaten him, all manner of maltreatment, but yet Mazi Nnamdi Kanu stood his ground. And today when he came to court, he still continued to say what he's saying, that they should tell him the law under which he's being tried. Tell him the law under which he's being tried. As soon as he can be able to establish the law under which he's tried, then he can be able to listen. But once you cannot be able to establish the law which is tried, he's not going to pay attention to them, because that is what the law of Nigeria says. And every single thing Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was doing today and saying today was based on Nigerian law. But they tried everything they can to push him, to blackmail him. They did everything they can against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to see that they can be able, if they can be able to manipulate him. But Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, as you all know, is not somebody you can push around. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is not somebody you can just push around. It's not possible. It doesn't matter whom you are, it doesn't matter how you try. You cannot succeed in pushing Mazi Nnamdi Kanu around. He's a man who will always say his mind whenever he has to. He's a man who never hesitates in making his case known. He doesn't hide the feeling, and it's not somebody you can intimidate. Instead of you to intimidate Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, he will intimidate you and direct you on what to do. It doesn't matter who you are. It doesn't matter what connection you have. It doesn't matter under which umbrella you're operating. Once you bring your intimidation to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, that is the end of it. It can never stand. Just like he has always said that we, the members of IPOB, the indigenous people of Biafra, whatever you do or say to us, we are not afraid in the face of our enemy. We are always ready to face our enemies squarely. We are not cowards. We are not cowards. It doesn't matter what you throw at us, even in the face of death. We will continue to defend what we are defending, and we will continue to stand our ground. That is how we are, and nobody is going to change that. So my fellow Biafran that are watching, I am going to try to bring you some clip of what happened inside the court today. What happened inside the court. We are going to be brief. As you know, I'm not going to take much of your time, because tomorrow we will have a full program on today's court. As you all know, we have already had the reply that came, what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu told them in the court, and what the judge said. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu continue to stand on no law, no case. No law, no case. And the judge has said on 28th that he's going to make the ruling. So we are waiting to see how they are going to rule on 20th. Whatever they decide to do, it is up to them. Our mind is already made up, and we know what we want, based on our truth, based on the correct information. We cannot be intimidated, no matter how they try to intimidate us. So let us watch, first of all, the entrance of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. into the court today. Some of us must have seen the video and some did not see. So we got to watch. This was how things went in the court today before we got to where we are. So that was the arrival of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in court this morning. He arrived in the court in a very high spirit, not minding whatever plan they have or the strategies. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu cannot be intimidated. As you see him, you know that he is very much prepared for his case. Very, very prepared. That is the sitting in the court. Those that are sitting beside him are members of DSS. You see how they surround him as if he's going to fly from the court. The DSS follow him even inside the court. They are there with him. And they begin to imagine, is Mazi Nnamdi Kanu going to disappear inside the court? Look at the DSS men sitting with him, right, left, and center. They blocked everywhere, as if Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will evaporate from the court. All you need to do is to bring your case. State your case before the court. That is the only thing you need to do. That's the only thing you need to do. All this drama they are doing, all this show they are making in the court is useless. It doesn't have meaning. All this show doesn't have meaning. It is just a waste of time and a waste of effort. That was it. And I'm going to bring another clip of where Mazi Nnamdi Kanu made his statement, where he made his case. And I want us to pay attention and listen to how Mazi Nnamdi Kanu made his case in the court and how he addressed the court. I want every one of us to pay attention and let's hear this. It is important that we get through it and hear what transpired in the court. Because there are so many things that we didn't know. When we pay attention, we'll be getting these informations gradually. As it comes in, we begin to show it.
Judgment in FRN Nnamdi Kanu with suit number SC/CR/1361/2022, delivered on the 15th of December 2023. We release and receive in my court the recent the extraction from the records of this very honorable court, the purported plea of not guilty entered by myself, the defendant, here the applicant, on the 29th day of March 2025, the same having been obtained under deception, coercion, and clear violation of section 36(6)(a) of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, 1999, as amended, and in defiance of the Supreme Court's finding directive in FRN Nnamdi Kanu. I'm asking my Lord for an order setting aside all proceedings conducted pursuant to the said effective plea, including but not limited to the scheduling of defense, witness summons, and trial dates, the same being founded on a nullity admission. An order declaring that the second count charge, dated 29th March 2025, disclosed no viable offense made to law, having been founded on repealed statutes, namely the Terrorism Prevention Amendment Act of 2013, repealed by the Terrorism Prevention and Prohibition Act of 2022, and the Customs and Excise Management Act 1345 LFN 2004, repealed by the Nigeria Customs Services Act of 2023, and in flagrant disobedience of the Supreme Court's order for amendment. And others writing out the charge in its entirety, for weight of conviction, the same only competent and void at the issue. And further directing the immediate release of the defendant applicant from custody, there being no valid charge pending before this very court, and such other orders are being carried honorable court in and just obeyed in the circumstances. It was granted, my Lord, the 6th day of November 2025. Thank you, my Lord. The position was had 2 minutes ago, motion by defendant filed this morning. The motion was introduced by defendant second law. Lord, I do not intend to find a counter attack, but I rely on the proceedings of this court, which is attached to the motion as an equity. So I do not intend to find a counter attack, but I don't think the authority can control. Attach the proceedings of the court marked MMA01. And I'm also relying on the record of this court that has not covered the judicial disagreeable. And when it's a part of the field record of the court, these are not instructions from few pages of the state when it took the speech. I have seen it is the defendant present in court on 24th day of March 2025. That was the day when the council had an Nigeria, Dr. Pado, Orokoro, and that number of them appeared for.
That was a little part of what transpired in the court after Mazi Nnamdi Kanu reminded them of the motion he filed. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu sent a motion to the court stating that there is no, he wants to know under which law is he being charged. That the law upon which he's being charged, which is Terrorism Act, has been quashed. It has been repealed, and you cannot charge somebody based on a repealed law. You can only charge somebody based on existing written law. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu told them in the court, there is no existing written law upon which he is being charged, and for that the judge should discharge and acquit the case, trash the case. And they refused, they continue to make their case and do as they please. That was a brief of what transpired in the court. And again, you were going to see, of course, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu reaction. You know Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, he's not somebody who is going to keep silent when you behave abnormal. He will equally treat you as somebody who is abnormal. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu cannot be intimidated. They can never be intimidated. It doesn't matter what you think or how you feel. He will always speak his mind. Let's try to see this. The reactions of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu after they continue to force him to start trying.
I don't know what justice means. I have no idea what justice means. I don't know what justice means. Useless black African people. You don't know what justice. Your constitution says you cannot find anybody unless the law is written. Show me the written law. Show me the written law. I want to know the law. No. Don't go close. Don't try that. Don't try it. Don't try it. Don't try rubbish. Don't try rubbish. Useless people. You don't know law. You don't know law. Your own constitution you don't respect. Supreme Court judgment you don't respect. Then why we the court of law? Why we the court of law? I ask. Nonsense. You think Britain can ask you to tell me and you tell me? You are dreaming. You are dreaming. I'm telling you, you are dreaming. Nonsense.
You see the reaction of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu after it became clear the injustice against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. He could not bear it anymore, and he has to voice out. And he made it clear the British are involved in the case of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Without being told, we know. Without being told, we know that they are involved. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, being a British citizen, kidnapped from Kenya, extraordinary rendition to Nigeria, and they are trying him illegally, even when he has won his cases. He has won in 5 courts against Nigeria. They continue to push on to try Mazi Nnamdi Kanu on a case that doesn't exist. Who in his right senses will not get angry with that situation? In a place where you are being frustrated, your voice is not being heard, they are trying everything they can to subdue you, to emotionally blackmail you, to push lies against you. It is a very terrible situation. And you know Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, he can't be silent, and he responded. And the whole world has to take note on what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu did, because it is not just getting angry, but he is mentioning what the problem is. The illegality in the court of the zoo. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is exposing it. Those who are involved, he's exposing it. That is why it's important that we share these videos. Once you get your hand on this very platform or this video, share it and let people see what is happening. When you share, you never can tell. Now that Nigeria has been designated as a country of particular concern, every eye is on Nigeria, including on this case. Everyone is watching. And I want you to hear Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, his complaint once again.
I don't know what justice means. I have no idea what justice means. I don't know what justice means. You said black African people. You don't know what justice. Your constitution says you cannot find anybody unless the law is written. Show me the written law. Show me the written law. I want to know the law. Show me the law. Don't try that. Don't try it. Don't try it. Don't try rubbish. Don't try rubbish. Useless people. You don't know law. You don't know law. Your own constitution you don't respect. Supreme Court judgment you don't respect. Then why we the court of law? Why we the court of law? I ask. Nonsense. You think Britain can ask you to tell me and you tell me? You are dreaming. You are dreaming. I'm telling you, you are dreaming. Nonsense.
You heard him, you saw Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, see his reaction, and he's not just reacting. There are reasons why he is reacting. He has a very genuine reason for his reaction. His reasons are very genuine. It doesn't matter what you say. It doesn't matter what you think or how you feel. Every single reaction you get from Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, there is a reason why he's reacting. And he's reacting and mentioning out that reason for everyone to hear and see the atrocities of Nigeria government.
It's not that it's wrong. You cannot. You can't compete. Are you saying? It's not possible. I'm not the kind who's going to fight. Nobody can. They've not chosen them to person. Never.
You see, that is it. This is what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu face in the hand of the zoo. In the hand of the Zoological Republic.
Are you saying?
That is what happens.
I'm not the kind who's going to fight. Nobody can. They've not chosen them to person. Never.
You have seen it. That is what transpired today. And every single anger of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, all you need to do is to pay attention and you will understand why he's angry. Because no normal human being, no sensible person will allow him or herself to be treated the way Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is treated.
Good morning. Yes, I did. Yeah. Well, what happened in court today, for me, continues to be travesty of justice. I've always said it that in Nigeria there appear to be two sets of rules: one for the Igbo man and another for the other Nigerians. This is exactly what I saw in court today. First of all, my name is Honorable Obi Agocha. I represent the great people of Iguano, Umuahia North and Umuahia South Federal Constituency. I am the primary representative for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. So I'm going to speak to you as a layman. I'm not a lawyer. Today, there was a motion that was filed. Previously, I believe at the end of October, another motion was filed. And none of those motions were challenged by the prosecution team. They didn't raise any objection. The court did not overrule anybody, but admitted the motion. So on what basis then is the trial, the efforts that are being put to compel Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to trial when the motions have been put and yet to be challenged by the prosecution team? Mazi Kanu is asking for a simple question: on what law is he being tried? Neither the judge nor the prosecution team have answered that. And today, that motion that was raised by Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and served to the prosecution team were not challenged. And it's very, very critical and important that we know that. However, the judge now ruled, he said that he's reserved November 20th for ruling. When there are jurisdictional issues, thresholds that are yet to be overcome. So this is a political trial veiled as a criminal trial. And for the stability of the Southeast and for the stability of Nigeria in a whole, to bring to end the civil war that was fought in 1967, means that the president should please look at the totality of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's trial and bring an end to this charade, a travesty of injustice, bring an end to it so that the Southeast can be peaceful again. Nigeria can be peaceful again. But if they are determined in the way they have steamrolled this process, rushing to a judgment, then, like Mazi Nnamdi Kanu says, there's a God in heaven, and the injustices that have been meted to Igbos, we will not forget. We will not forget. Even if we forget, our children and our grandchildren will not forget. Because it's important that everybody knows it, especially Mr. President, that in order for him to consolidate his goodwill for 2027, start with how he handles the matter of Nnamdi Kanu. Because you cannot be there as the father of the nation and Nnamdi Kanu is being treated in the manner that he's been treated, when every other person who has been charged with almost similar offenses as Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, at the termination of the court, has been let go. So why is Nnamdi still being held down, being punished, being subjugated? It's simply because he's an Igbo man. So if we get it, the president gets this right, then we'll begin the process of healing and reconciliation and putting back the Southeast back as a home where people can come and feel free in their homes without running away from all these high crime and criminalities that are happening in the Southeast. So Mr. President has an opportunity now. The world is looking at us, both from the persecution of Christians, from the persecution of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, to know how we are going to, put our houses in order. But like I said, it's one person. You can take Mazi Nnamdi Kanu if you so wish. You have the authority. But many more Nnamdi Kanu will rise because this is clearly an injustice that is being meted at one person who happens to be an Igbo man. So I plead with Mr. President to note that this is a political trial and which requires a political solution to bring everything to a closure. Thank you.
You have had the summary, that is what transpired today. The summary of everything that happened today is what you just saw. And we will come back again tomorrow to bring more details. There are still more information that we need to share, more videos that are coming from inside the court. But we are going to share those ones tomorrow. The most important thing for you to know is that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has not put up any defense. He continued to stand on where he stood, that there is no law upon which he's being charged. And since there is no written law upon which he's being charged, the case should be thrown away. But the judge refused to listen to that very motion that he moved and continued to dance the music of the slave master. And here Mazi Nnamdi Kanu made it clear that they have been bribed and they have been given that assignment to make sure that they convict Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And Mazi Nnamdi Kanu openly accused Britain for that. And you know that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu doesn't just say a thing. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu doesn't get himself involved in propaganda. He doesn't get himself involved in saying things that he's not aware of. But every single statement he makes, there's an evidence to back it up. So Mazi Nnamdi Kanu doesn't just make statements. He has made that accusation in their charade court, in their shrine of injustice in Nigeria, just as he called it, the shrine of injustice. This shrine of injustice have been established against every Biafra person, and we will not allow it to stand. We will not allow it to stand. We will fight it with everything in our life. So wherever you are as a Biafran, you must stand tall and stand strong. Do not get disappointed. Do not get dismayed. Just like we said in the morning, let us begin to prepare for the next stage. Whatever their outcome may be, let us begin to prepare. More especially, to draw the attention of the international community, more especially ICC. Let this case go to ICC. Let us face them in the international court, and let us see how Nigeria will escape. In their little zoological republic, they can do anything they want. But they cannot get away with it. They have done it a long time ago, not this time around. Nothing must happen to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And every one of us must prepare. You don't just say it and go to sleep. Prepare yourself. We are going to face them squarely. I appreciate everyone that have been able to join us on this evening program. Tomorrow, we are going to be back again in our morning program, and we are going to spend our normal time and normal program. This evening is just briefing for those who were able not to get the update in the morning. This is the updates. The next court of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is on the 20th of November. That is the day the judge says he's going to pass judgment. So we are here and we're going to hear the judgment they want to pass. Whatever they say, we are standing our ground, and I bet you we are equal to the task, and the whole world is watching. May Chukwu Okike guide and protect everyone that participated on this evening program. May Chukwu Okike guide and protect our leaders. Thank you so much for being with me on this program. See you tomorrow morning. Good night, everybody.
Nigeria don't enter one chance, I swear, now go with the go so. Herdsmen, they kill us every day, for them busy, they campaign again. After they failed all the promises they made, oh, them they praise themselves. Why the masses were supposed to give them the praises we they are they run to? Move it down. I blame it on the religious leaders. I blame it on the traditional rulers. People were supposed to fight for the people, they don't compromise. Shame on the rebellious brothers. People will cry with us during answers. Today them don't join those oppressors, they eat jollof. Something done the smell of. Very soon now we go perceive. We have up where this government they cause my time bomb. It go soon explode. Revolution they come. It is very close and they feel when the power of the people we triumph, the power of the people in power. They no even care, they no even send. Say the people they die of hunger. Hungry dog is an angry dog. One day you go bite the owner. Idle man is the devil workshop. Many youths for Nigeria no good job. And the country the youths got no future. The country is gone, that's on period. Move it on. I blame it on the judiciary leaders. I blame it on the electoral officials. People were supposed to save the nation, but they collected bribe. Shame on the armed forces. People were supposed to protect the masses. One of them they shoot us anytime they hear our voice.